Hey there, this is Max. I'm going to be handling Free Range Nerdy Solo this week, and first off, I'm going to show you this. See this? This is my foot. You want to know why I showed you that? Did you notice? Not wearing socks. You want to know why? Because this book knocked them off. Yes, I did have quite possibly the worst intro ever, just to segue into Children's Crusade, which is the best book ever. Right now, in the Marvel, it's tackling all of the things that, frankly, have been wrong in the Marvel Universe. It's starting at the core of the fatigue rot, which is disassembled. It's addressing issues from decimation. It's got Jim Chung art, which I love, despite his massive case of same face. But still, such a good book. Such a good book that's coming out right now. Heinenberg really is on the top of his game. And frankly, I don't even care that it takes, a lifetime to come out. Seriously, the last one was almost, half a year ago? Still, don't care. So awesome. Such a good book. Pick it up, definitely. Everyone is snarky and awesome. Next, I'm going to be talking about the best book that you're not reading. I mean, you might be reading it, I don't know you. But you're probably not reading it, and you should. It is Incorruptible. It's by, it takes place in the same universe as Irredeemable. Irredeemable is this book about a Superman-esque superhero who goes nuts and just starts killing everyone. He cracks under public pressure, and he just goes totally nuts. Which is a good read in and of itself, but personally, I like Incorruptible better. It's a companion book about a supervillain who kind of decides to atone for his sins by becoming the superhero that the world needs now that the superhero went nuts. Probably a better way to phrase that. Anyway, so it's a really good book. The art is kind of cartoony, but it works. It's got this great concept of this guy trying to regain control of a city, and he's got superpowers, but he's not entirely sure what he needs to do to make this city run. Gesticulating a lot, just hands everywhere. Anyway, it's definitely worth a pickup. It's definitely worth a read. Also, out this week, a whole bunch of Flashpoint stuff. I don't know if you've been following Flashpoint. I have. I'm okay with it so far. They're doing some interesting stuff. Right now we pretty much have, from what I've read, I'm sure there's more of it, we have Aqua Nazis, and we have Wonder Nazis. Everyone's just beating the crap out of Europe. It's kind of uncomfortable, but the Atlanteans are all nuts, and the Themyscirians are all kind of nuts. I'm really curious as to how they're going to work them back into the Justice League when that shows up in Flashpoint, because Wonder Woman and Aquaman have done some pretty terrible things. So that's not this week, though. This week was the Green Arrow thing, which is kind of interesting. They have in just it's another Ollie attempt to rip off Batman. He has his own corporation. This is separate from Batman Inc., though. He takes supervillain tech and he decodes it. It's actually a pretty cool concept, I think. He's got Captain Cold's freeze gun and the Trickster's anti-gravity boots, and he uses them to fight crime. Mirror Master's tech, a lot of Flash villains, but I think it works. It's an interesting book. I'm not entirely sure if I liked it yet. I like his new facial hair because his beard always kind of creeped me out, but that's not really a legitimate reason to like or dislike a book. So, part of the thing that bothers me is they have this whole kind of corporations are evil thing going on in it. And he's like, I'm not going to make a corporation because they're evil. I'm making a super corporation, which makes me think, so wouldn't it just be super evil? But I don't know. It actually kind of reminds me of Grant Morrison's Marvel Boy, where he had to fight that giant evil, Was it a vampire corporation? It was some sort of sentient corporation. Yeah. Also out this week was oh, yeah, I can't believe I almost forgot this. Hal Jordan as the pilot. I actually didn't read this book. I've mostly just seen stuff about it online, but it was epic enough to mention. Now, imagine they did this.
Holy shit!
And put that in a comic book. Yeah. They took quite possibly the best scene from an Asylum movie. Asylum did that, right? Yeah, Asylum. And put it in a comic book with Hal Jordan. I mean, it's awesome. They have King Shark attacking fighter pilots. Seriously, it's worth it just for that. I mean, I didn't pick it up because I didn't get the chance, but I'm definitely going to for that one scene. Yeah. I think that's generally everything I have to talk about for current comics. I'd also like to mention Dynamo 5. I'm not sure if this trade came out this week. It came out recently, though. Dynamo 5 is one of my favorite Image books next to Invincible. It's about this group of kids who find out that their father was a superhero. They're all different kids, different ethnicities. They live in different places. Their father was a superhero who also had a tendency to cheat on his wife, and he has a bunch of kids. The wife finds out about this after his death. The wife is this very Lois Lane, hard as, tough as nails woman. She gathers them all up and she exposes them to this chemical that gives them superpowers. They each get one of the superpowers their dad had, and together collectively they protect his city after he died. And it's good, not just, they have some pretty good superhero action, but it's the kind of family dynamic that works for it. It's not like Fantastic Four, where they're all a kind of organic family. None of them really knows each other. They didn't grow up together. They don't particularly like each other. But it works because they're trying to establish this relationship that isn't really there. It's definitely a good read. It's up to volume 5 now. You should pick it up. You should check it out. Definitely worth it. And I think that might pretty much legitimately be everything I have to say about that. Futurama came back. I know we usually do a separate show for this, but I honestly only have Futurama to talk about. It was pretty good. I'm not overwhelmingly enamored with post-comeback Futurama, but I think they did a pretty good job with the 2 episodes. The rather gratuitous sex change episode. Wow, I don't even remember the plot to the other one. Oh, that says something. Anyway, they're back this Thursday, tonight, as is Ugly Americans, which I'm really thrilled about because that means that they won't have ended the series on that just god-awful Man-Birds episode. So check it out, Ugly Americans. Futurama is also probably worth checking out. It's generally pretty good. I think that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, and we'll probably be back in force, me and Sam, next time. So, thanks.